must say that it's nice that Claire is now in the photos.
You're not the first person to say that.
We gotta do something. We can't let it go out. Moho Sessions.
The usual
Tiger Balm's
thing.
amazing though, isn't it? You can use it for anything and everything, can't you?
I've never used it.
Put that on insect bites and all sorts.
I've never used it before. I tried some kind of anti-inflammatory thing, cream, and it's just
You'll smell it once.
He started.
I know, I love that smell though.
He started.
Well, I'm doing my warm-ups.
You just can't get the. You just can't get the text to staff these days. They just press buttons with willy-nilly, you know.
If
It's
your
just
first
how
question
it goes.
is, how do you warm up in the morning? Done.
Oh,
Cut that in later.
welcome. See, that DC's done it again. Anyway, he just thinks it's hilarious. Moho Session Season 5. British Country Music Festival 2025 here in the stunning, there's no other word for it, Winter Gardens in Blackpool. I think it's the entertainment capital of the world, this place. Nooks and crannies. And we're now here with the Jacksonline. Can I just say, played a set yesterday and it slayed.
Thank you.
Harmonies, vibe, you got the crowd going, and your soul was very moving. And you wrote that to Katie Hart, which is even more cool because I could hear the Katie Hart inspiration over that song.
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah, there's like Katie Hart is just such a really very versatile singer-songwriter, but she's very knowledgeable about country. Like she has delved into country like no other artist has ever delved into country, and she just knows how to craft a song.
Do you want to know exactly what her main contribution was to that song?
Yes.
Hi,
Katie, yes.
No, it's important because it was a real lesson for me. So we wrote that with Murray Pulver, and Katie and I both have Murray as our producer. So Murray's key thing that I learned from writing that song was me saying, "Oh, I want to say something like this," and he just looked at me and was like, "Well, just say it." So that was the first thing. Just, if you think you want to say something like that, he's like, just say it. And then Katie's thing was, we were playing it through, and then she just stopped, looked around, and then just said, I can't picture where this is happening. I can't visualize the scene. And so we rewrote that first verse to be really clearly, around the kitchen table, on your own, feeling the emotion of not having that person with you at that moment. And that was also a really valuable lesson to me, to say, okay, where am I taking the listener? How do I help them picture where this is happening? So yeah, it was a real pleasure learning from both of them, actually.
Yeah, because there's I think Katie Hart is one of the best in her field, to be quite honest. Like the way she crafts and things.
She is.
Just like she can write a very cool upbeat country song, and she can write a ballad, and you're just like,
Yeah, there's probably a couple of artists. Jamie isn't with us this morning; he is still in bed. But
I was wondering. I was like, I looked over and I'm like, you don't look like Jamie.
No.
But that's okay.
But there's a few artists we all agree on, who we all love, and Katie is one of them. We see her quality, we see the songwriting quality, but also her vocals, the way she constructs songs, everything about it is awesome.
So do you take kind of inspiration as musicians yourself from that in terms of songwriting, in terms of production, and in terms of performing? Because you were tight as yesterday, and it was really fun to see that.
You learn things from everyone that you see, and I think we're better when we're playing with better people. So sometimes you'll play with other bands and you're like, oh, they're really good. And then other times you'll play with Katie Hurt or Demi Mariner last night, we watched her
She
and
put
we're
her
like,
heart on that stage.
okay,
She upped her level.
there are things that we can learn from watching that set. And I feel like that makes us better. When you see someone who you feel is just that there's a few things that we can reach that level, but seeing someone else do it, you're like, okay, that's great. Because we love her, we love her vocal, we love her songs. Now, how do we get to that next level? So, I think that's the nice thing about having so many great people in the UK scene. There's always something to learn. And, you know, that's the first time I've seen Demi live. Is that the first time we've all seen her live? Yeah. So we've known about her for years, first time we've seen her live. And also, when you see someone that's working really hard and that is obviously doing loads of stuff, and then they're wicked, it's like, okay, great. That pleases me. Because sometimes you see someone who's amazing on socials, and then you see them live, and it's like, they're all right.
Jamie gave me that song.
Did she? And we've got a present for you.
He must be like, yeah, no, it's all right, you can keep that. No, because I went up to Jamie last night saying that she was wicked. That, like, this is Niamh Zara's Cowboy Peanut.
Okay.
There's a whole Instagram.
She was great yesterday as well, by the way.
She slayed. She
Yeah.
went up all the way. It was so good to see that. Like, she slayed. Main stage contender right there. But I wanted to borrow this little peanut, so it was absolutely gorgeous, and it went up to Demi, and I was like, I handed this to her, and she just looked at me as if to say, okay, I've never had a peanut in my life. And I was like, this is Niamh Zara. She went, okay. And then I was like, just we'll have to take a picture because I just have to. And I just cut the toy thing, and then she went, right. And I said, I know I'm nuts. I said, I'm peanuts. And we just guffawed. So the picture's hilarious. And then we're laughing for about, it must have been a minute and a half or 2 minutes we were laughing. And then she just went to her merchandise case and handed me this.
Is that something that Demi sells?
I don't think she sells it. I just
Just
think she
happened to be in
had
the
it in her
merch case.
merch case. And then she
She has
said,
a whole story about going to Arkansas to the Squirrel Cook-Off Championships.
and then she said, Peahaw needs
She
a
went on
friend.
songwriting.
I've probably got some pants. You know,
I
I can-
don't need
What
a
brand
nice
did Jacksonline pants?
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to go back to the start because I'm going to do like a pit stop. See what I'm doing there? Do you see? I'm going back to the first stop on the Jacksonline Railway. That's my clever. Obviously, I'm just amusing myself with that, but anyway. Just obviously. Where did Jacksonline story begin? And what was like, I suppose, the inspiration for the sound now, and how did it develop? Because I must say that it's nice that Claire's now in the photos.
You're not the first person to say that.
I didn't pay her to say it either.
Yeah.
No, because like Paul had messaged me and said, "Oh, I'm going to see an all-male trio tonight," and I never thought, well, that's the Jacksonline.
Mm.
And then he messaged me going, "Flipping hell, what's there a female doing here in a male trio? Because the Jackson's got a male trio. What's there a female doing there?" And I'm like, "That's Claire. She's part of Jacksonline. She's always there. That's Claire." Oh, it's like, yeah, that's Claire. I thought it was a male trio. I'm like, no. I said,
Did he
"Oh,
see us in
Rodeos.
rodeos?
rodeos,
Yeah.
yeah."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Say hi to Claire."
Well, he also saw me playing the cajon and being like off to the side that night. So he was very confused when I was, you know, front and centre.
And then
He was very confused the whole night,
Yeah.
I think. He was just like, male trio, and what's this woman doing here? And she sounds fabulous, but what's she doing here? And I
What
was
are you
like,
doing here?
sorry. She's part of Jacksonline. So, anyway, I interrupted the story. So start from the...
From the very
Stop.
beginning.
That's way before my time, the very beginning.
Maybe if I start. So me and Jamie knew each other a long time ago. We were both entertainers on holiday parks.
Butlins?
So
No.
Haven. So I was the singer and he was in the band.
Cool.
And we just hit it off, became great friends, started a band together. And then he really wanted to pursue a career as a musician, so joined a 60s tribute act and just didn't have time for us at that point. And then he was replaced in that band by Jim Cross. So they never crossed paths at that point. And then, you know, as these things do, that kind of fizzled. Jim was getting busy with work and then life. And then we kind of took a break from music. And then it was probably around 2009, I reckon, that we were listening to, so still great friends, still in touch. And we were listening to Bob Harris a lot at that point, still buying CDs.
Hey.
Still listen to the radio.
Hey.
And we heard Jackson Station by the Band of Heathens. And I think, yes, that is the connection. So I think you sent it to me, or
Yeah, I probably sent it with a message like, you have to listen to this.
yeah, and it just felt like when I was a kid, we went on holiday to Florida, and it was when Hootie and the Blowfish were exploding in like 1994, and every other song on the radio was like a Hootie song from Cracked Rear View, and I felt like that's the music I've been waiting for, with the harmonies and the guitars and the structure of the songs. And the same happened with Jackson Station, where I was like, that's the music I've been waiting to make. So me and Jim then started to think, okay, maybe we could just do something together. So we recorded some songs together, just really simply at home on a laptop. And then fast forward more years, and we thought, actually, we've got some songs. Country seems to be having a bit of a moment. This was like 2016, 2015, 2016.
Moments continued on.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yeah. And then Jamie, again, we were still in touch with Jamie, and he said, oh, I'm in love with the Zach Brown band. If you are going to start a country thing, can you get me involved? And when we still laugh about this, when Jamie says he wants to be involved, you just say yes straight away, because he's such a fabulous musician. Okay. And so that's how it started, and then I guess it's just evolved from there. And then we made our first EP kind of 2016, and I think at that point we were trying to be a country band, and maybe forced our music a little bit towards that Nashville sound. Okay. And looking back, still love those songs, but maybe it wasn't quite us. And then we were really missing 3-part harmonies. We've all really loved those over the years. So we auditioned for a fabulous female vocalist. Couldn't find one. No, we auditioned several people, and Claire stood out a mile.
Not surprising.
No, and we knew, I think the first thing she sang, we knew it was special, and it was a yes. We had to pretend to do the rest of the audition, even though we knew straight away. But that was like January
6 months and then
2020.
No, I auditioned November 2019.
So now maybe you can see where this story is going. So Claire auditioned, came to see us play a January 2020 show, and then the world changed. January 2020. So
we did one gig together.
Yeah.
And then about 2 weeks later,
it was lockdown.
The world shut down for like a year.
So yeah, we didn't play together for a long time and couldn't really get Claire involved. And whereas other people really swiftly moved to like their online, like Kezia's Friday night club and things like that, we weren't in a position to do that.
Because in different houses, it didn't always work.
Different houses, trying to like save a business and having family. It was like a weird time, obviously. But then I think since 2020, end of 2021, we had a conversation with Joey Landreth from the Brothers Landreth. He, yes, our favourite band. Again, we all connect over their music. So we got to the point where we had a selection of songs to record, and Jim doesn't say much. When he does say something, it matters. So I'd said to him,
see, that's silent.
That's it. And so I'd said to him, I really feel like we should get an external opinion on our songs, like a producer who can really work with us. And I suggested some names. And he said, why don't we ask Joey? Because Joey was in the pandemic like everyone else and had just said, I'm offering Zoom sessions, whatever you want to talk about. If it's pedal steel, slide guitar, vocals, let's have a chat. So we booked a session with him just to talk about, can you listen to a couple of our songs? Can you tell us what you would do in our position? Like how you would grow as an artist, what would you do next? And his key bit of advice was find the music that you love, that you really want to sound like, or that you're inspired by. Find out who produced it, and the chances are they had just as much input as the artist. So that was a great bit of advice. And then we went away and thought, well, the music that we all love, the album that we all love is Let It Lie by the Brothers Landreth. That was produced by Murray Pulver. So we thought, why don't we take a punt and just send him an email? And I remember me and Jim drafting this email back and forth for days, because we were like, we're emailing this like big shot producer. Sent him an email, and he's like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. You know,
and you spent days.
Yeah, that's it. We were really like
agonising. I
Yeah.
don't want to do.
so. Yeah, and he, like, you know, he's just a guy. He's just Murray. He's got a family. He writes songs. He produces. He's just a dude. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. So we started working together remotely, and then we were coming up with ideas of how we could record here while Murray was in Canada. And then Jim said his second key thing, which changed the direction of the band, which was, why don't we go to Canada? And the two answers to that question would be money and family. So we had that discussion with family. They were like, of course you should go. Worked out how we would pay for it. And then we went. So that was 2022. And I feel like that was a turning point in us backing ourselves as a band and saying it's worth spending some money. We believe in these songs. We really love producer Murray's input and where he's taken us. And I feel like that decision changed the trajectory of the band. So Claire didn't come on that particular trip, but we were able to record all of Claire's vocals with Murray's input, like remotely, so that she's a part of the EP. And then since then, we've just been releasing it, playing it. Every gig we do is a little bit better, a little bit bigger, a few more streams here, radio play there. And I don't think there's...
Steady.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not sure what the magic moment would be, which kind of leads to that bigger breakthrough. But I always, when we started, we said it's not really about the money. It's not even about fame. It is collecting experiences that you can only get by being in a great band. And you know, tonight we'll play in front of what, 1,000, 2,000 people in the Empress Ballroom. And it's like, okay, that is an experience that we would never have unless we had got our band to a certain level where the festival director was like, oh yeah, like we know you did that there, come and do that for us here. So that's what we're doing, just collecting experiences, still, you know, trying to develop every time we play. We felt like yesterday's show was wicked.
It was wicked.
Like we felt it. And you know,
When I heard your
sometimes
sound check, and I was like, whoa.
yeah, well that's the thing. The sound check, like the sound was great straight away, and that is them. Like that's not us. That is the sound engineers. Because you know, also can I swear on your show?
You can swear.
Sometimes you go to a venue and you've rehearsed, you've got great songs. You know, we're really proud of our 3-part harmonies. You hand that all over to a sound guy. Just doesn't give a shit, and it's a bit soul destroying sometimes. But then when you get an experience like yesterday, when it's amazing sound people, and you know, you say, "Is it right? Okay, stop there. Does everyone, you know, Claire, do you need anything else? Jim, do you need anything else?" And they're all like, "We're good," and it just gives you that confidence that okay, this is a bit special. And so you can all hear what you need to hear to nail those harmonies and to project and present yourself as the band that you want to be. So we felt like yesterday, not just because of us, but because of the room, the sound,
the vibe.
everything, the vibe.
Incredible. Yeah.
It was just exactly
moment.
where we want to be.
Yeah, it was just a moment to kind of And sing along as well. You did a sing along and everything.
No.
We did.
You did. And you even, I mean, you were very brave to have the audience harmonising together.
Yeah, why
You did it
not?
so well.
Why not?
You didn't even tell them, because if you told the audience, by the way, you're going to harmonise, they'd be like, oh, no, not. I mean, we can't do that. But you got them harmonising and everything.
I think it comes with that confidence, doesn't it? Of like, we want to bring you into this. Because that song also is about, you know, Penny and Matt, who are two really, you know, they're our super fans.
They
but
definitely are.
super
super
fans, but are so supportive of the whole UK scene.
Yeah.
And it was like, we want to celebrate you, but also, I love bringing the crowd in. Like, we want to, because if you don't feel that connection with the band, it's like, oh, they're all right. But if they somehow bring you in like you're part of it, like, I love that. It feels special to me. And to be able to now have the confidence as a band to do that ourselves, like with Feelings Gone, we've done it for a few years, but that's the first time the band has played Sway. But I was like, I know this is going to work. Like, it's a lovely
musical direction, and you had like, you're with me, and you're with Claire. Oh, are you going over to the other side?
You're
I
going
did
to
see
be
a few
our...
people move to my side actually.
Yeah, a few people
Yeah.
moved to your side.
Penny.
But yeah.
Yeah, Penny's so away.
And then on our side, we're going to be loud. Everyone was loud and everyone sang their parts, and then it just happened naturally, which would never really happen if you explained to the crowd what you were doing. So just the way it did it, it just worked so well, and everyone sounded in tune and stuff, and I was like, whoa.
And then when it came up in the actual song and everyone just joined in,
it was the same
it was
thing.
lovely.
that was like
it
a
just worked.
It was
goosebumps
a bit of a
moment.
moment.
Yeah.
It worked. Like, it must have sounded amazing on the stage.
Yeah, it really
'Cause
did.
that's a different kind of perspective if you're looking out onto, because that is an amazing room in itself.
Oh, incredible.
Like, and the stairs going up, it's like Titanic.
Yeah, because then you're all part of the same thing.
Yeah.
You're all in it together.
And it was just beautiful.
And I think our aim, because obviously we were on quite early, I had no idea what the crowd was going to be like. But the aim was, you know, most people in that room haven't seen us, wouldn't know who we are, wouldn't know our music. So how do we win them over? And it was, you know, let's be the best we can be. Let's bring them in nice and early and make them part of it. And we saw people kind of, you know, I could see people coming in at the back and being like, oh, and then coming in, and the crowd got bigger, and then people moved forward, and you know, that all feeds into your confidence as a band when you are like, oh, this is working, and we're enjoying ourselves, and I can see
You can see that,
the faces in front of me are smiling or singing along.
The vibes from you all was just like, cool. You just all looked like you were just having the time of your lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
And I have to ask this, because you are, not only are you part of Jacksonline, singer, songwriter extraordinaire, you're doing midwifery.
Yeah.
How does that kind of...
Is that a question for Jim? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think my kind of my thing of asking this was, how does that work with music industry as well? Because that's a lot
I
of...
don't like to have time to sit down and rest, really.
Well, obviously you don't, because you've got a child as well. So obviously,
3 children.
oh, 3 children. Well, there you go.
Well, 2 of them nearly grown up, but yeah, I don't know. It's like
Just
I'm
not
being very
challenged enough.
self-indulgent.
You're just not challenged enough.
No, I'm being very self-indulgent and pursuing my 2 dream careers at the same time, and
Oh,
it's
well,
working,
I know.
which is amazing for me. And as long as it keeps working and I can do the 2, then I'm going to keep doing that. If I ever had to choose, that would be awful. So that's not going to happen. I'm going to keep juggling, spinning my plates. It's all good.
But it looked like, I think because you mentioned something, I can't remember the phrase you used, but I was like, that's a really cool song title. You should have taken it to Keith and song, but I can't remember what the word was. It was something.
That's no help at all, is
I
it?
remember you
I know.
messaging me.
I
I remember
know.
you messaging me about that, but I can't remember what it is.
But it was
either
a
now.
midwifery phrase, and I think the word began with V. As
Vagina.
most,
No.
as, no, not that one.
Not that big.
No.
Not that one.
No.
There's other V's
Yeah.
within
But
the...
if you want to write that
Oh.
into a song, I'm interested to see where that's going to go.
But then you see, giving birth, like obviously giving birth is like a whole new, a new person. So that's like
That
giving
is
birth.
what happens.
Yeah, but whereas not as if I'm nuts. But that is like transition, and that's just like a song in itself. Transition.
Yeah.
So, see, that's what I was going with that.
When you remember, message Claire.
I'll
I need
find
to
it in
go
our
on
little
the
message thread.
Facebook. There is.
I'll say it to you and you'll be like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was joking. I jokingly said it because
Yes.
I don't think I was serious because there were, I can't even remember. It did begin. There was V, there was an O, and there was an I, and there was an O, and there was a C, and there was a. I was like, oh my gosh. And I even asked. I was like, I beg your pardon. And then you explained it, and you were laughing, and then I was like, "Oh, you
was
should
it
maybe
the
take that to keep
explanation that
It was the whole
made you
thing.
think of the?
the whole thing." And I was like, "Oh, is there a
Memory's
song in
rubbish.
that?" And you're like,
I'll look it
"I'll
up.
go and see what Keith thinks," but I don't think we were serious.
Tell you what has been fun though is when you go in with a couple to help deliver their baby and they put their playlist on and it's a country playlist.
Hey.
And then you say,
And then you go,
oh,
"Have
I've
you heard
heard
of
that.
Jacksonline?"
And they say, actually, yeah, we have. And you're like, oh,
And
No,
then,
no,
it,
no,
and
no.
then it comes on as you don't get it like.
Yeah.
Did they know that you are a part of it?
well, that, yeah.
Not from the photos.
They didn't.
No,
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 exactly.
not from the photos. But now you have had a photo session.
Yes.
Yeah, we
which
did.
is with the fabulous Michelle Frederick.
Oh, yeah.
That must have been
We
fun.
love her. It was a really good day, wasn't it? We
She's
had a
got
really
a
fun day.
real gift of putting people at ease.
A real gift of capturing like moments. Like you take photographs, but then you
Yeah.
take like she's kind of focused in on moments.
I was quite nervous about that because I'm not a fan of having my photo taken.
Neither am I.
And I messaged a few female country artists. So Savannah Gardner I messaged, Sally from Gasoline and Matches,
And
Amelia
they
Quinn.
all say
I was like, guys, I need help. I've got to do a photo shoot. I don't know what to do. I'm so nervous. They were like, who's it with? And I said, Michelle. They were like, you don't need to worry. Like, she has got you. And they were right. Because every picture that we've looked at, we've been blown away, really. Didn't need to worry.
So when is this rebranding? It's not really a rebranding because you've been in the band for ages,
No.
but you know
The big announcement.
the big official announcement with like hot or clear appearing in all these photos that are online.
Don't know. I'm not sure there's an official
No, it's-
rebranding.
Just a little trickle.
They just
Yeah.
kind of slowly
There
move
are-
into the pictures and won't shock people when they go say expect a male trio. And
I think being in a band at our level, like no management, no
yeah.
record company behind you, there are 800 things we should be doing at any one time. And you know, getting a photo shoot, it's like, why is Claire not in photos? Why is Claire not in photos? Why is Claire not in photos? I'm like,
That was my
I'm like,
mum,
yeah.
my dad.
Yeah. I'm like, I understand
Me.
what you're saying. If you could work out the day when everyone's free and book the photographer and find the photographer, book the photographer and work out how we pay for it and get a location and
Yeah.
I'm like, then we'll do it. Great, thank you. But, you know, sometimes to line all of those things up, it
Yeah,
does take a long time. And then if you're doing that, you're not
And then
making the
COVID
video.
was around for
And if you're not making the video, or if you're making a video, you're not writing songs. And if you're rehearsing, then you're not working on new music. So like you're always kind of trying
It's what to prioritise.
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's never easy.
So how do you juggle? I don't know
I mean, we all do because you do 2 different jobs, right?
One job now.
And then Jamie's obviously in his 60s band, and they tour all over Europe, and Jim's got quite a high pressure job, and we've all got kids, and most of these guys live relatively close to each other. I'm an hour's drive away as well, so getting us all together in a room for any given thing
So
can
this
be a
is
challenge.
magical.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well,
we've only 3 of us.
we are missing one.
Just still didn't get the full compliment.
But it's still nice like, to have a weekend where you actually get to hang out. You don't feel like you should be doing something else.
Yeah.
Like, you get to hang out, play music.
Yeah. Like last
Yeah.
night, because obviously our set was early and it went really well. But then we were done by 5:15. So like packed our gear up, had a little radio interview, and then we just hung out as mates, drinking a beer, watching country music. And it's like, oh,
Women as well?
No, because we couldn't find a part of the Blackpool coastline that wasn't pure sewage.
we checked the like
So we left it.
sewage.
Yeah.
So you went for a
Tracker
nice clean
apps.
shower instead, or an ice bath?
Keith went for a walk. He
I
tried
did
to
go
rope me
down
into
to
a
the beach.
run. That wasn't going to happen. I tried to rope him into a fry up. That didn't really go down well either. So I went for a shower and he went for a walk.
No ice bath today.
No, not today. I probably should have had one this morning to wake me up a bit because I feel
cold
a bit...
shower.
I didn't.
Didn't you?
No.
Lisa T keeps trying to chat me into an ice bath, and I've actually
Well,
said
I watched your chat with Lisa T.
I've actually put myself into a bit of a problem.
I think you should do it.
Have you got to do an ice bath now?
No,
You
because
said
I
yes to it.
said maybe the next time I go to Manchester,
You should
maybe
do
I'll
it.
try one.
Content.
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 You will
Content.
never look
Content.
back.
That was the whole point of it, content.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of it, was content. But
Do
like,
it.
I'm just like,
Oh, what is it? Voice of a woman.
Yes.
VO ice.
Wow.
Voice of a woman. I mean,
You've got to do it. It's in the
There's the
name.
branding
What, you
already.
can do the interview with Lisa T, but you'll both be nice.
Yeah, I was going to say you could interview people in the ice
thanks for
bath.
that, Keith.
Welcome.
Very helpful
Yeah.
altogether.
A V word
See,
with
see,
V O and I in it. There you go.
You're an ice bath lover too. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith actually introduced the idea to me.
Any
Yeah.
ice baths in your life?
No.
Jim likes a luxurious hot
Nice
shower
hot
in a
shower.
nice hotel.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
There's
I
people who
have.
want to have like equilibrium, and I'm like saunas, ice baths. Like, how do you push yourself out of there? And then there's Jim, who's
Jim's
like
definitely
cozy
there.
blankets.
Yeah.
No, I
20 degrees on the thermostat.
love a sauna. Love a
Do
sauna.
you love a sauna?
I like an ice room, like and a sauna together. I wouldn't just get into an ice bath.
No, ridiculous.
I just have a cold shower once.
Intentionally.
Just
Just no hot
Intentionally.
water.
No, just like after the hot shower, I was like, right, what's this Lisa T talking about? So I had a cold shower because Spotlight's supposed to help your mental health and
Yeah.
Yeah.
perseverance and resilience and all that kind of stuff. So I did, and I was like, oh my God. So I ended up singing Kezia Gill's 30s to kind of keep my breathing going. And I was like, my 30s, money. I was like, right, okay, and then I finished it. I sang the chorus 2 times, and I was like, right, and then I came out going, what did I do that for? And I was like, maybe you have to do it more and see.
The
'Cause
way-
maybe doing
yeah.
it once probably was not going to like.
It's definitely a progressional thing over
Yeah.
time. It gets easier over time, and when you start to see the benefits. Keith introduced the idea to me. I was struggling with, I was constantly getting ill, like coughs, colds, chest infections, and when you're a singer, that's obviously doesn't make life easy. And I think you said to me about the benefits for like your immune system and stuff, so I thought I'd give it a try. There was, before I started doing it, there was a year where I think I was on antibiotics like 10 times in the year, just constantly ill, struggling with gigs to get up and sing. And so I started on the 1st of January with the cold showers, which then progressed to the ice baths. And I don't think I've been on antibiotics for like 18 months. I've had like 2 colds, maybe. I shouldn't have said this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it works, but it's definitely over time.
Yeah. And the mental health side of things, I always think, like I do it maybe 3 times a week, and I always try and talk myself out of it. Every single time, my brain's like, oh, just skip it today. Don't worry about it. Try again tomorrow. I'm like, shut up, brain. And
That's a sabotage.
and then yeah, exactly. But when you do it, you're like, I've just done probably the hardest thing of my day. And as soon as you're in there, you're like, oh, I'm okay. And then you're in there for 2 or 3 minutes, you get out, it's the hardest thing you've done. Getting in there was super hard. And then you can take that, okay, I can accomplish anything today because I've just got in that freezing cold ice bath in my garden. And I think that mentality, I found that super helpful for me.
Just a really nice boost, isn't it, first thing in the morning?
Because you filmed one on Facebook, and I was like watching it.
It is, yeah. Do you know why? Because of what Keith just said. I was struggling to get in, and I was like,
Some accountability.
yeah, if I video it, I've got to do it, haven't I? So I did. Yeah.
And it was after a night shift, and you didn't go to sleep. And I was like, "You're going to go to bed now," and you went, "No, I have this to do, this to do, this to do." I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy
I think
moly."
it was after a night shift where I was part of delivering 3 babies in one shift.
Okay.
And I got home and was like, well, I'm not going to sleep. So I had a nice bath, took my little boy to football, did the food shopping, and then hit a wall at like 2 in the afternoon and wished I'd gone to bed. But it was fine. I survived.
I think we need a song now. I know we're talking about ice baths and everything else, and we usually have songs by this point. But, what song are you going to treat us to?
The song that you mentioned actually from last night, my little moment. Last night.
We felt like that was the one that you'd mentioned, that was the one that you put on Instagram,
Yeah.
so we thought that was the one we'll play for you.
Also, getting up early in the morning and having to sing, it just got put onto me.
So is
It's
this
fine.
Keith going, "You can do the singing"?
Yes, because I'm
Yeah,
too
now that you're in the
tired.
photos.
Jamie's in bed. fine. We were like, what songs could we do? I was like, Macy Gray, Louis
Yeah.
Armstrong, maybe. Yeah.
It isn't easy. Like after singing last night and knowing we've got to sing late tonight. Yeah, like normally we take the whole day to warm our vocals up. So, yeah.
And after a night of camping in Blackpool on
The
Thursday.
night before, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, great idea to make Claire sing, I think.
It's your idea, not mine. I just inspired it, don't worry.
It's all good.
All right,
La,
this
la,
is
la, la, la,
If
la,
You're
la,
Doing
la.
It For Me.
It's the third time this week your plate's gone cold. I understand, but I'm still on my own. I know you think you got it all figured out. You're climbing the ladder and not looking down. But you've lost the focus, and we've lost that spark. You're caught up, you're trying, but you're missing the mark. If you're doing it for me, don't forget that I'm here. I wish we could talk, let me bend your ear. I want you to hear this, I want you to see that I need you right now. If you're doing it for me. When we were young, the world at our feet, dancing together on the edge of our dreams. I never thought I'd see the day that this love would be slipping away, losing connection to how we got here. And I'm weighed down by words that I need you to hear. If you're doing it for me, don't forget that I'm here. I wish we could talk, let me bend your ear. I want you to hear this, I want you to see that I need you right now. If you're doing it for me. Oh, our fire's still burning. We gotta do something. We can't let it go out. If you're doing it for me, don't forget that I'm here. I wish we could talk, let me bend your ear. Oh, I want you to hear this, I want you to see that I need you right now. I need you right now. If you're doing it for me.
That's really cool. Feels. That's some song. Like that's just like some song. Anyway, excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's like I love music. No, it's not. It's good. That's
It was
good.
terrible.
I I love music because music makes me feel something.
Yeah.
And songs like that, like just moments like that and capture moments like that, I think you can't kind of put a price on that. And it just if I cry when the song's on,
It's tricky as a singer when you have that moment going now, and you're trying to sing, and you get that lump, and it can very easily go downhill vocally at that point. But when it doesn't, and you get that moment, and it comes across, it's magic, isn't it?
like I think that's the powerful connection of music to me.
Yeah.
Like when you've written a song, or you've performed a song, you produced a song, and you get moments where someone actually feels something, or it transforms an emotion in them, or it makes them feel less alone, or it like oh I felt like that, so it wasn't as bad as everyone was telling me, and I'm not crazy, and I'm not this, it's all these kind of things that the power of music gives people.
You never know what impact it's going to have.
You don't, like it's, and a lot of the times you might not hear the impact of a song that you've maybe released in someone, like they might, like I know, like I think Mariah Carey's Heroes saved a lot of lives, like do you know, and those kind of, that's to me what the power of music is, and it has to make me feel something, or it makes me cry, or it makes me act like a lunatic, because Morgan will make me act like a lunatic every single time we're on stage.
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
That's dirty one.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just the music. Like when music is around, I think just music environment and live music environment is just the best environment to be in. The business side of it.
Yeah. I think as a musician, when you stop feeling that, that's when you stop being a musician, isn't it? I suppose when you stop getting that moment, or that, getting the chills. Like Jamie singing Brave last night, I had a little moment on stage where I was just, thank God I didn't have to sing too much in that one, because that wouldn't have worked. But yeah.
What did you say to me once about like a song has to punch you in the guts, or okay, doesn't remember.
It was obviously one of those moments when Jim spoke.
No, but it's much like the point you made. If a song's got to make you feel something, there's the whole range of emotions it could be. But what's the point if it doesn't make you feel something?
Yeah.
There's no value in a song to me if it doesn't make me.
And you know what? I think as an original band at our level, I feel like that is something that we carefully consider for our live show, for our set list. So.
You had everything.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to tell the story that will bring people into, if you're doing it for me, but also the feelings go on, or Way Down to the Bottom, which we didn't play yesterday, but some songs you play for the vibe, because just for the foot tapping, or for the you can see someone start to move, and it's like that's cool as well, but something's got to happen. Like either you're connecting with the story, or people are like, bloody hell, those harmonies, or they see Jim or Jamie play a solo and they're like, oh, okay. Like you've got to find those moments throughout the set. So we really think carefully about how we construct that set, what we're putting out to people to enable them to connect with us in all sorts of different ways throughout the set.
You could see that, like just the way it just looked well constructed, and the way you kind of all moved aside to let Jamie do his thing.
Yeah.
Kind of all, there's your star spotlight, and it was just like,
Because
so
we're in awe of it as well. We stand back and
Yeah.
watch just like everybody else does. Like,
Yeah. When Jamie
how are
gets
you
going,
doing that?
yeah. Forget to come back in with the vocals sometimes because you're too busy watching that.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. That has happened plenty of times.
Yeah.
We're like, wow. Oh yeah.
Supposed to be doing something now. Yeah.
Yeah. But also a band, you have to know what your strengths are as a band. And Jamie's, I think Jim is a fabulous guitarist, and there were some songs where the stuff that Jim has put on those songs are my favourite bits of anything we do. Like the end of Brave, Jim's ideas and guitar work that he's put over the end. I'm like, that's some of my favourite Jacksonline stuff that we've ever done. But Jamie as a live performer, we do need to, let's just all move over here because something special's happening over there. And we can just, let him get into that. And then everyone wins because the crowd is like, oh my God, like that is amazing guitar. We're standing there like, oh my God, that's amazing guitar. Great, you go for it.
It's a camaraderie as well. Like you could see sort of like moments between you as you were like performing, and just how like I don't know if it was a leader as such, but you were just all like together and just like helping each other and supporting each other, and it just seemed to just vibe so well.
Yeah, I think also once you get more comfortable playing together, and we've been together long enough now, you do get inspired by each other, especially in a show like yesterday's where everything feels like it's kind of fallen into place, and whether it was when Claire was singing If You Do It For Me, you might play it slightly differently because she puts a bit more emotion in, or she changes the emotion of the song. And I think we've reached the point now where everybody reacts to that on stage. Similarly, when Jamie does solo in Sway, that solo is different every time we play it, and what we do to back him up changes based on what he's doing. And that's one of the most enjoyable things about being in a band like this. It's not like everything's scripted, you're going to play exactly the same thing every time. Yeah. It's lovely to be inspired by playing with other people, which is kind of how we all start. You don't sit down, write a song and play at the same time every time you're done.
Just getting carried by the vibe as well. Jim likes to hide behind me quite a lot on stage. And then you go, I was going to say, he's hidden behind a plant pot before. And one of his solos last night, one of my favourite moments last night, I tend to turn around and watch Jim play solos. And I turned around to watch him, and he blew past me to the front of the stage. And I was like, whoa, hang on a minute. Something's happening. It was incredible. It's like, who even is this guy? It was so good.
It's happened once.
Never happening again.
But you know what, there's two things there. One is Jim having the confidence in the sound, how the band's performing, to have that moment, like to feel confident enough to go forward and have that moment. But also physically, a band of 6 people, often we're like, on a stage like this,
very close together,
and I'm like, I can't move
note,
because I'm going to hit someone's guitar.
Yeah, green notes.
Yeah, but actually to have the space to move, like it was wicked to see, Jim come forward and have that moment. Yeah, it was awesome.
I feel like you needed a wind machine, like
and then to be slowly elevated
above the
on a cannon like Cher.
You should have crowd surfed.
It must be good as well to have support, because as a solo artist you don't have. Well, you do have bands on stage, but you kind of like you hire them as such. You don't always have them with you, so you have like each other for all the crack, as you were talking about earlier. All the stuff you have to do, which is a mountain. And 2 mountains probably, like social media, because you have content. If you pee, content. You say hello, content. Everything is content, and everything. Like even I always find it sad actually that like before internet, like when artists were releasing albums and music, like you had the single, and then I remember kind of getting an album after the second single, and that album life had 2 years, because then you were like, I was there. And that album had 2 years, because then there was another single a few months later, and another single a few months later, and then they were touring. So the album had a 2-year life, and it would grow, and people would listen to it and buy it. But now, an album is made, it's still a lot of work, still a lot of money, a lot of heart and soul goes into that. New Music Friday comes, there's all the time, Saturday comes.
Done, on to the next thing.
Gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's an album.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, you have to talk about it on New Music Friday. I'm like, well, no, I'm going to talk about it 2 weeks later. I'm still going to talk about it 2 months later. It's not in music terms, it's a geriatric album by about a week. Like if you're talking about it the next New Music Friday, it's like, no, we're not talking about that today. That's done.
No, it's a bit sad, isn't it?
And you're just like, but it's a lot of heart, soul, creativity, people's emotions, feelings, and money, and a whole lot of heart, soul, and grit going into that. And like, I just find it so kind of part of what I don't like about that consumption, because it's like, right, next.
But what is nice is now that you get to see the streaming stats all the time, you can see that people are still listening, and it's every now and again you see a bit of a spike. We got added to an Apple playlist a while ago, and it's actually like, okay, that's a song we released nearly 2 years ago. And people are still listening to it, people are still enjoying it. Whereas in the days of CDs, I don't know if that CD is just sat getting dusty on someone's CD rack, or they're actually listening to it. So
like gigging though, that probably does that. Like festivals like this is probably important for that kind of.
Yeah, you can see the data.
Spike.
Yeah. I tell you what, like I always see it as a blessing and a curse though, because when I was first in a band with Jamie back in the day, you'd play a great gig, and you'd all be like, "That was a bit wicked, wasn't it?" And then you'd chat to people afterwards. They'd say, "Oh, have you got a CD?" "Oh, no, we ain't got a CD." "Oh, where are you playing next?" "Don't know yet." "And how can I find out about you?" "Not sure." Like
But
the
now, you know.
and now it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you can find us anywhere in the world and you can listen to our music. And yes, you don't get paid well for that, but we'll see that someone in Brazil is listening to our songs, and it's like, oh, wow, how did that happen?
Tour in Brazil.
That is nuts.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. And then you can find everything you need to find. Like on our leaflets we were handing out yesterday, QR code, go to that every gig that's coming up. So there are good things about having that tech and access. And even last night on the British Country Music Festival page, they put a little clip of us playing a song, and then underneath there was like 10 comments from people that had enjoyed the show. And we did have lots of lovely comments and people coming up to us and buying merch and having a chat and having photos. And that's awesome. But also to go online and see, oh, people have taken the time to say, that was a bloody brilliant set. And then I can then go to where those people are as me and just put, thanks for that. We'll see you tomorrow night in the Empress Ballroom. Yeah. So, you there's so many more ways to find people to have that connection. So it's not all bad, but there's good things about it.
See, we've just discussed the positives and not so positives of the internet life. I offer a little game.
Oh, maybe.
It's called this or that, so you just choose between two things. And as there's three of you, there just might
I've already done that today. Hair wash or fryer.
And you chose hair
Thank you very
too.
much.
Yeah.
Chose the wrong one.
And you went for the walk.
And then, you said my hair looked rubbish. So.
We'll start with love or money.
I mean, you have to be a dick to say money, don't you? Money.
And yet you just done it.
He's the awkward member in the band.
Yeah.
There's one moho session where somebody actually did say money and was
you just
serious
called them a
about
dick.
it.
Oh.
And then
No,
I was
I'm not
like,
saying they're a dick. I'm joining them. Money.
no, he said, he was like, I was like, you were the one that said money. Is there a reason you're saying money? I just wanted to kind of know what the reason was. And he said, well, love's not going to get me where I want to be in the music industry. And I was like,
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, they're right, but yeah.
But now that I'm love.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
What's Guy Surtees?
Love.
You
always-
don't have to mention
Oh
them.
my God, what's up?
You don't
There
have
you
to
go.
mention
Love
them.
always
We were
wins.
going to Google it when we left anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
They're going to look back through all 42
Yeah, that's
episodes
it.
and go, which one was
Which
it?
Sorry,
person
guy,
said
I was
money?
being polite, but no, DC's just.
But there you go. The moral of that story is love wins in the end.
It does. Oh. Back around a bit of love wins as a song title.
That could be my vagina song.
You were the first person to say that word.
Did you just say that?
He did.
That could be my vagina song. And emotionally as well.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's all happening here
That's
in the
it.
local sessions with Jacksonline.
There we go.
Singing or songwriting?
Singing. Easy.
Well, I wish I could sing well. As the fourth best singer in the band, if I'm lucky, I'm going for songwriting.
So you've never done a solo? Do you not fancy singing?
Can sing though. Totally can sing. Songwriting for me as well. Or third part harmony.
Even the harmony, that one that gives you the chills and stuff. Recording or performing?
Performing for me. My tummy's rumbling, sorry. It's really loud. It'll pass. Yeah, performing for me. For sure.
Performing, totally.
That's a tough one, actually.
Ooh.
I love the creative process of recording, but equally, when you play a great gig, nothing beats it. I go performing.
Depends on the gig though, like rainy Chelmsford High Street gig.
Or
In
yesterday.
November or yesterday.
Yeah, then I'd probably go recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, last night definitely wins. Yeah.
Do you know what though? Just to dispute Jim's answer, the happiest I ever saw Jim was in the studio in Winnipeg with Murray, where he was generating feedback for the start of Feelings Gone. And honestly, it was like a maniacal giggle, like as he was like,
It was a Marshall's back turned up to 10.
yeah, it was the
Don't get to
happiest
it
I've
very
ever
often.
seen him. He was giddy with excitement. So I think at the very least, it's equal recording and performing for Jim.
I felt I had to pick one.
Arena stage or Empress Ballroom stage? Because you're now.
Ooh. We don't know yet. 'cause we haven't done it. But you say Empress Ballroom stage, and my hands get really sweaty.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a
TBC.
Ask us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think you might be saying.
It'll take a lot to top
Hope we're not
last
shit
night, though.
tonight.
But I will ask you when you finish because you'll know because you've performed on both, and that's so you're getting everyone when they're ready to party and drinking. And
We're ready to party as well, aren't we, tonight? We're here for it.
you doing any
Banger after banger.
Is it all country covers? Are you doing
All
any
covers.
originals in there? All covers.
No. I think that by that time of night,
Not going to sneak one in.
no, I just don't think we should.
Like I
think-
just did, like just at least one
Did he?
of your songs. Yeah, you need at least one of your songs in there.
Do it.
The upbeat one.
We stood back watching the crowd last night, though, and you could tell they were ready to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you've
They're
got an
ready
upbeat
for
one,
it.
then it just because otherwise they just might think you're a covers band.
Yeah.
So you need to just stick one in.
Well, I'm hoping that a lot of people would have seen yesterday's set
Yeah, but there
and,
might be something
and
that
then
come on the Saturday.
decide to come and watch us tonight because you'll still get the same vibe.
There was that fear that people start to drift away if you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hearing all those songs they know and they love, and then hear a song they don't know. It's
And they all go to the
Late.
bar, yeah.
Yeah.
Difficult choice.
I think,
There's
yeah.
a this or that now. See,
like,
covers
Yeah.
or originals.
Originals all day.
Ordinarily, yeah.
Speaking of California or Shade of the Pines. See what I've done there? See what I went
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like that there? Did you?
If we're talking about holidays, California.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rather than the Norfolk coast.
Yeah. Oh, different on different days for me, though.
California for me.
California for me. California has a deeper meaning. Yeah, there's a lot going on in that song. I won't talk about it because I like everyone to work. Everyone can work
Yeah.
and what it means to them. But for me, that's got like a nice deep meaning, even though it seems like quite a chipper
Upbeat
song. Yeah.
that sometimes happens when you've got a beat song. Like that, I don't feel like dancing from the Sister Sisters. There's total contrast to me.
Yeah. When you actually read the words.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. Brave or Get Over You?
Oh, brave for me.
Well, that's a clear one. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear one. Gonna Get to You or The Day That I Hold You?
Day that I held you all day long for me. Jim's guitar solo. That is my favourite
Oh yes.
bit of recording we have. When I first heard that, I got chills and I played it many times on repeat. Love it.
I still do have a bit of PTSD from the 7 hours the night before trying to come up with a solo at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I love playing Gonna Get You live.
Yeah. Maybe that's the little asterisk there. If we're playing it live, Gonna Get to You, because it's a real banger. But yeah, that solo, like that Day That I Held You is my favourite song, and that's like my most special song. It's all about my boy. But yeah, seeing Jim come, like, have that moment as a musician. Like Jamie, if you say, Jamie, give us a solo, he's off, he's doing the solo. Jim, you say, give us a solo. Oh wait, in fact, I'll say this again. Jamie, can you give us a solo? He'll give you an amazing solo right then. Jim, can you give us a solo? He'll be like, yes, I can give you an amazing solo in 2 days. And that's their like difference as guitarists. And so that night before we recorded Day That I Held You, me and Jamie were just sitting having beers, and Jim had squirreled himself away in his bedroom. Then he'd come out and be like, what about this? And then he'd play the solo, and I was like that bit. I feel like that bit could be different. What about? He'd be like, okay, and then he'd go away for 2 hours again, and then he'd come back, and that it just like kept happening all night. And then yeah, as Claire said, like it is the most beautiful solo and a real reflection of Jim's
says feelings. I can't even remember mine. Feelings gone, or you are mine.
Feelings gone. It's a proper vibe.
So fun to play live.
Yeah.
So,
And especially if we do our little getting the audience involved bit at the end. Love that.
Don't wait or long way to Nashville.
I'm going to go Long Way to Nashville because it's the first song that I heard from these guys before I joined the band. And I heard it and I was like, I want to join that band.
Ah,
So that's my
and
clear
here you
winner.
are.
Here I am.
full circle moment.
Yeah.
Moments all the
In the
time.
photo.
And in the photos as well. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just all happening.
I'm going for Don't Wait. When I mixed it, I was listening to Jamie's isolated vocal, and there's one piece in there that I listened to over and over again. It was so good, and I still love that part of the song.
Way down to the bottom or solutions.
Ooh. Oh, such different songs.
Choosing between your children. Oh.
Everyone says that. Like I remember doing Hayley Jensen, and I said the songs, and she just looked at me like with those eyes. She went, "You're making me
Yeah.
between my babies,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yes, I am." But it just gets you thinking.
Way Down to the Bottom is very different to any other songs we have, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's got that comical story that if you listen to the words, like
Yeah.
but it's Keith Porter, comedy genius, isn't it?
I've heard he's great.
Solutions.
Is he fabulous?
Yeah.
One of a kind.
You play piano and everything.
Nobody like him.
No.
Yeah.
Unique.
Solutions has just got that raw. I don't know. I feel like we've probably all been in that situation before. It's really hard to choose. I don't know. Next question.
Beer or whiskey? Or you? Do you have? Can you choose between them?
I think I'll go Solutions. I love playing Way Down to the Bottom live, and I love seeing people's reaction. It's a good indicator whether they're actually listening. Because if they start laughing, it means they're actually listening.
Yeah.
They're not just politely nodding their head and zoning out.
Yeah.
But Solutions, I really love listening to the recording. I love playing acoustic.
Yeah, there's something about the Solutions is just about that simple moment when all you want to do is cry, and the person with you, with good intentions, is giving you solutions to your problem, and you're like, I don't want those solutions. I just want to cry, and I feel like that's maybe the most relatable thing that
Never.
all of us have ever
People want to
experienced.
fix something.
Yeah, people always want to fix, well intentioned as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want someone to feel it with you, just like be there. Yeah,
Hold your hand.
exactly. So yeah, I'd go Solutions as well.
Beer or whiskey?
Or beer straight away. Can't
Yeah.
drink whiskey.
I've had a bad whiskey experience. It's all beer now.
Oh, that needs
Yeah.
delving into.
When
They haven't found the body, so she can't say.
when you go in a bar and you're already, let's say, tipsy,
Mary.
and they
Yeah.
have a sign up saying if you can drink the entire list of shots without being sick, you get them for free.
Did you do that?
And you think that's a good idea at that point. And I think it was about the 10th shot was called a rusty nail. I think it was brandy and whiskey.
And
I did it. I think I got to about 15 shots. I wasn't sick. My sister was actually the one that was sick. Yeah, I'm not.
You did that?
Have you met me? If someone,
have you met me?
If I've had a
band
beer,
with her? Have you
if
met
I've
me?
had a beer and
I've
someone
never
says, "Do you
seen-
know what would probably be quite funny?" I'm like,
Are you
Let's
learning
do it.
something new? You're learning something new.
Yeah.
I have no self-control. We know this.
We've got like a range of drinking in the band.
Okay, that's right.
Like
right.
we've got Jim, who's 2 pints for the entire day is plenty.
I come on, there was 3 yesterday.
Was it 3?
It was a long
Are
day.
you a slow drinker or do you just kind of sip?
And doesn't need it. Doesn't want to let loose with that. Then I always see me and Claire as being in the middle of like being, reasonable drinkers. So maybe it was.
You won't down it, but you'll drink it quick.
Yeah, I'm not having shots again. I'm too old for shots. Not interested. Feel like shit afterwards. I don't want to hang
I'm
over.
putting shots on stage now when you play.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah,
it to
no,
mine.
not
Peer
interested.
pressure.
I'll just pass it to someone else. Not interested anymore.
You pass it this way.
Yeah, yeah, and then you've got Jamie, who's like, yeah,
Still a
bring
bit.
another beer,
Still a bit,
yeah.
down it. Is that why it's still there?
Yeah.
And you've basically got the amateur, the semi-professionals,
and then the
And
pro.
then-
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a pro drinker, isn't he? He's like an athlete in the field
Yeah.
of consuming the liquids.
Well, when you've been a musician as long as he has, and you are touring, and
Yeah.
comes with it, doesn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Just had lots of practice.
So how do you, like, when you're touring and stuff, because obviously this morning your voices weren't warmed up, but how do you look after your voice?
I mean,
yesterday wasn't a great example.
Yeah, not camping.
no. Yesterday, so Jamie actually has got more and more into this as he's got older, because he's got such a big raspy voice, and he sings so powerfully that you kind of think he can sing all day, every day, because he gigs with his other band and he gigs with us. So like yesterday's show was his 6th night in a row of singing.
Whoa.
But he's got to a stage now where he will warm up his voice all day. So, you know, just some when he wakes up, and then so starting with the lower range, coming up to the middle, and then trying some falsetto, you know, as and then some proper singing as the day goes on. So because I don't sing as much as Jamie, I've not got to that level, but I do have to warm up before every show, and I can feel my voice isn't as it should be right now, so I will have to do lots of warm-ups.
Yeah.
Yesterday I steamed, so kettle in the sink, you know, trying to breathe that in. So yeah, I'd say I'm having to take more care at this stage of my singing career. I'm not sure, what do you do?
For me, water through the day, like room temperature water
Yeah.
through the day, warming up more than I ever used to. I was in a covers band before, and vocally for me that was quite hard because I was the only singer, and some of the songs were, you know, like Stevie Wonder falsetto and all sorts of things, and I would never be able to do 2 gigs in a row, like ever. I'd do a gig with them, and then 6 days later I'd be like, I think I can sing again. With this band, it's obviously a lot easier because it's a lot more gentle.
Yeah.
We share the
Not one
vocals,
lead,
yeah.
you share the vocals, I
So I could probably do a few in a row. I think it's just, it's different on different days. Like obviously this morning we had a late night last night, a long day the day before. So I'm a bit, we tuned the song down a little bit this morning, which helped. Don't tell anyone, no one's listening. I won't tell us all. But then there's other days you wake up and you think, oh, I can just sing straight away today. It's a bit weird. If I've got a cold, I can always sing a lot higher.
It's weird, isn't it?
Nasal congestion.
Smelly cat vibe from Phoebe
Yeah.
when she gets the cold.
Yeah.
Mom's voice is fabulous, and then she loses the cold. She's like, no, my voice is away. Give me a cold. Give me a cold. So, yeah, fine. That brings me to the end. It's sad to say because I could sit here and chat all day because
Yeah.
this has been absolutely fab. It's been great to get to know the Jacksonline and all these stops that we've been on. So for people who want to find out more about Jacksonline, where can they go?
Where would they go? YouTube?
Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Spotify. And then this is where you would say, CFAX page 651. Friends Reunited,
Friends
MySpace.
Reunited, MySpace, yeah.
We like to just remind people that we're in our 40s and we remember
People.
all those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
People
going to
as
send
well.
you a telegram.
Yeah, that's it.
People, what was the other one? What was the other one? Yeah, I remember people. On MySpace. I'm looking forward to the after show party now.
We are.
That's going to be
Especially the shots that are going to be brought to me on stage. I definitely heard that.
Not me.
Say it
You
out
did
loud,
say
it's
that,
on
didn't
camera.
you?
It's on camera.
I have
Can't
that,
take it
yeah,
back.
so you can't, it's
But not
signed,
risky.
sealed and delivered. Like balloon, obviously. Anyway, thank you very much, Jacksonline, and we will see you again next time. Go and check out the Jacksonline.
One song, one story, unforgettable on the road. Moho sessions.
Rude.
High five, anyone?
No. Just jealous.
Yeah.
You're still living off that one
The
time you
banter.
realise you'd done
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
The banter was this. Oh, thank you. My knees, my muscles in my knees are not letting me do
Still living off that one
The
time you
banter.
realise you'd done
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
the banter was this. Oh, thank you. My knees, my muscles in my knees are not letting me do